Hi friends. Today I'm going to talk about a sci-fi movie called Big Bug. Meeting on the street, two Yonux robots introduced their pets, a man and a woman. The owner of the smart house, artist Alice, did not appreciate such a movie and asked her stepson Leo to turn off the TV. Instead, she offered her guests to taste the fried crickets prepared by the housekeeper, the robot Monique. The artist invited her new lover Max to the library to show him her new work, a diary of emotions, which was written with a real pen and ink, which is now a great rarity. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. The landlady's ex-husband shows up with his new girlfriend Jennifer to leave their shared daughter Nina with her mother for the weekend. People watching Toby, the neighbor's dog, has eaten the flying drone, and now Alice will have to wait for the drone to come out. The wait doesn't last long, and a robotic janitor immediately cleans up the waste that the drone went outside with. Another doorbell rings announcing the arrival of Françoise, the dog's owner. The woman cheerfully begins chatting with the company, and everyone gathers together to watch the screen, where there is a report about a huge traffic jam in the center of the city. Jennifer, who is afraid of being late to Paradise Island to legitimize her relationship with Victor, is most concerned about it. Suddenly, the picture changes. A demonstration of robots enslaving humans appears on the screen. Both the program itself and the reaction of the home androids scares the company. They suspect something is wrong. Françoise is about to go home and Victor and his fiancée to catch a flight, but Nestor stops responding to commands and won't open the front doors. Victor tries to change the settings and open the door manually, but nothing works. Monique reports that the artificial intelligence has changed its program and now won't accept human commands. Rebooting the housekeeper fails, and Robot Einstein appears and leads all the robots away for an emergency meeting. The leader warns the robots of the Yonux onslaught and orders them to protect the humans even against their will. The house gets hot, but Monique doesn't respond to requests to turn off the air conditioning, just as Einstein doesn't respond to entreaties to open the door in the living room. Panic begins. Everyone starts shouting at each other, and the TV itself turns on programs about people enslaved by Yonux robots. Françoise comes up with a great idea. In the yard of every house there is a handle for emergency door opening. The woman uses a laser pointer to lure Toby to the lever, but the dog only snatches the handle away. The new reason for quarrels is the desire to lie down, but there are only 5 beds in the house, and they cannot decide who and where they can have privacy. The robots have a meeting and decide they need to get closer to humans. Monique picks up the habits of her mistress and shows tenderness to Max, which scares the man. He can't get any privacy in the living room either. His son Leo talks to Einstein about human talents. To finally give the man a rest, the guy goes to Nina's room, but Max does not stay in bed and goes to Alice's bedroom. Closed by rooms, people spend time as they can, entertaining themselves with meditations and conversations. Jennifer gives Victor a scandal, and he comes up with a way that should help free himself. After gathering everyone in the living room, he remotely starts his car, hoping it can break through the window, but nothing works. Toby jumps out in front of the car and it applies emergency brakes and flips over. The heat causes appliances to break, causing the freshener to spray a wet dog odor. The mood of the trapped finally spoils, and the TV keeps broadcasting strange things. Suddenly, Françoise's fitness instructor, the robot Greg, appears on the doorstep and the androids let him in. The sporty android reports that there was already a Yonux robot in Françoise's house. He tried to destroy the household robots and got rid of Toby. The robot has to be rebooted as it keeps freezing up. The men take it into the storage room. Nina and Leo, locked in a room, decide to take advantage of what all the adults are doing. The androids interrogate Greg, trying to figure out how he learned how to seduce humans. It seems to them that if they learn to do the same, the human will be able to trust them more. While Max studies an adult book, Alice picks out an appropriate outfit to wear. Meanwhile, the robots compete in their sense of humor, as Greg called it the main difference between humans and artificial intelligence. Françoise catches Alice in the bedroom in a revealing outfit. The woman chooses something more modest for herself to sleep in, but because of the heat, no one can sleep. Victor comes up with a new plan. If they make the storm level inside higher than outside, the androids will open the door for them. But Max rejects the idea of setting the books on fire. The camera footage will show who did it, and there's no avoiding problems with the insurance company. After reading the books, the robots walk around the house and quote the great classics. The TV reports that even small prosthetics are malfunctioning and controlling their owners. The androids are so eager to share their knowledge that they come to Alice at the most inopportune moment, driving the woman to hysterics. In the morning, everyone adapts to the situation and gathers to have breakfast, but the advertisement for human food again reminds them of the terrible events. Victor again suggests setting a fire, but to avoid problems with the insurance company, a broken android has to do it. Monique announces to the people that they intend to protect them, but the people just disperse, not wanting to hear it. Francoise decides to push Greg into crime and, taking advantage of his love, instructs him to set Alice's manuscripts on fire. Jennifer finds an old computer in Nina's room and connects to the museum network to send a signal for help while the others prepare an escape plan. Leo is tasked with distracting the robots so they don't interfere with Greg. The guy gathers the robots around him and asks them a cheese riddle that even artificial intelligence has a hard time solving. The Greek sets off the fire alarm and the door is about to open, but Yonux suddenly appears behind it. After scanning the humans, he hypnotizes Jennifer and forces her to open the lock. The artificial intelligence destroys the old robot, warning that this will happen to everyone. In the meantime, he has to check the house. It starts with old books. They undermine the ideological foundations of the new world. Greg tries to stop the mayhem, but he gets shot with a laser and the android shuts down. For every attempt to resist, the humans are fined by Yonux. Jennifer tries to suck up to the robot by admitting that she caused it. Alice, on the other hand, faces the harshest punishment for banned books and faces a hefty real-life sentence. An ex-husband tries to stand up for the woman, and Max tries to hide in the crowd, but that doesn't save anyone. Yonux recognizes the entire company as Alice's accomplices. Monique hints to the landlady, and the latter brings Android a mirror, with which they try to eliminate the bully. When Yonux burns another book with his gaze, they set up the mirror so that it reflects the beam, but this only makes things worse. The robot gets angry and sentences everyone to capital punishment. The heat becomes unbearable. Yonux agrees to turn on the air conditioning, but only if the company performs the role of circus animals on live TV. Jennifer is the most active, which annoys Victor. The air conditioners are turned on, but at the lowest temperature, and now the heat is replaced by unbearable cold. The roommates have to go to their rooms and wrap themselves in blankets. Everyone breaks into pairs. Monique at this time collects all the clothes from the hangers and soaks them in ice water at Victor's request. Yonux walks through the rooms with a check and watches curiously as people warm up. But once the rounds are over, Victor gives the command to act, and the whole company puts on frozen clothes so the robot won't detect them with its heat sensors. The humans start attacking the robot and almost get hit by its laser beam. Everyone has to hide while the giant thunderbolts the living room. Leo at this point, with the help of the androids, bolts Yonux to the floor and connects an electrical wire to it to extract the chip from it. It's over and the prisoners can be free, but the door still won't open. All the household robots have disappeared, but it actually turns out to be just a joke on Einstein's part. With a laugh, he finally unlocks the lock and lets everyone out. Everyone goes home, realizing that the imprisonment has brought a lot of insight into their relationship. Max swaps the writer for the hottie Jennifer, and Victor remains a family. But the family's confinement doesn't end there. A group of robots come after them to send them to trial, but the drone fighters that have appeared destroy the robots, leaving them lying in the streets of the city. The people don't understand how this could happen, but an on-screen announcer explains the situation. After deciding to destroy particularly dangerous people, one of the Yonux accidentally scanned his own face into the database, and since all the robots are the same, they were all targeted by the drones carrying out the punishment. Before she dies protecting her mistress, Monique records a message to the hosts. In it, Android wishes everyone to remain human, which Victor and Alice do, restoring their relationship. This is where the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Write in the comments what you think about this movie.